I grew up in a blue collar family. My dad was an owner operator, 6, 7 days a week, 12, 14-hour days. I watched him grind it out. And as I grew up, I had this belief that one of my dad's problems was he wasn't good at marketing. And if he could just bring in more clients, more customers, he'd have the cash to do what he needed to grow the business. You know the drill. So got out of college, spent about a decade in corporate, learned a ton about building teams and people and psychology. And as I started my company, I started a marketing company. And it was to serve contractors, just like my dad, blue collar companies. And we did a very traditional website, email, ads, social. We did a lot of that. And while we were good at it, it never really moved the needle for our clients. And then one day I had a client call me, and they were an HVAC company in July in Phoenix, where it's really hot. They called me and they said, "Hey, I don't need more leads. We're booking 3 weeks out. There's no, people aren't following through on the calls. They're canceling at the last minute. I need more techs." And of course, they're just venting at that point. They had no idea I could help them solve this problem. Well, I knew that recruiting is nothing more than a marketing activity. So why don't I shift my marketing expertise into recruiting and see if I can help them fill these trucks? Turns out we were remarkably good at it. Filled up the trucks in 3 weeks. They said, turn the leads back on. I said, wait a minute. That was kind of fun. Maybe we'd go this people route. And so we did. But then what happened was they couldn't keep the techs. So they could hire them, but because they didn't know how to interview them, they were hiring the wrong ones and they weren't staying. So then I realized we've got to teach them how to interview.